I'm continuing in Luke's Gospel, which was the basis for my sermon on Easter Sunday, and we're continuing in chapter 24 with the Road to Emmaus passage. And remember, in Luke's Gospel, all these things happen on the same day. They happen on Sunday, and yesterday Jesus joined Cleopas and another disciple who is unnamed because I think Luke wants us to imagine being that other disciple, walking with Cleopas away from Jerusalem and away from their duty as disciples. So today I would encourage you to look at verses 36 to 43, the next part of that Road to Emmaus story. And here Jesus comes and he stands among them and he says to them, "Peace be with you." And they're startled and they thought they were seeing a ghost. And our verses for today are verses 38 and 39 in Luke 24. He said to them, "Why are you frightened? And why do doubts arise in your hearts? Look at my hands and my feet. See that it is I, myself. Touch me and see, for a ghost does not have flesh and blood, as you see that I have." So in these verses, there are several things I think Luke is trying to accomplish. First of all, asserting that Christ has risen from the dead, and he has a physical body. He has flesh and blood. This is not a ghost. It's not a spirit. It's not a phantasm. It's not a figment of their desired imagination. But Jesus is physically in their midst, although he has this ability to just appear. The second thing that I think is significant is Jesus saying, "Peace be with you." Where Jesus comes to his disciples, right? Jesus is a person of peace. When he had sent the disciples out to share the good news, he told them to stay when they found a person of peace and to stay at their home while they proclaimed the message. So Jesus comes, as always, offering peace to his followers. And then he asks them, "Why are you frightened? Why do doubts arise in your hearts?" And as I shared in the Easter message, one of the times we get in trouble is when we don't remember the words of the Lord, when we don't remember what he has told us. And the disciples here, they haven't remembered about Jesus saying that 3 times that he would rise again. And that's part of why they're doubting. They're doubting because they're remembering the bad and they're not remembering Jesus' words. And again, then he encourages them, "Look at me, touch me. You can see I've got a body just like you." And if you read to the end of the passage to help take their doubt away, because it says in verse 41, while in their joy they were still disbelieving and still wondering, Jesus says, "Have you anything to eat?" And they gave him a piece of broiled fish, and he took it and ate it in their presence. And again, this is both for the disciples then and for disciples now to understand Jesus was physically present. He was back. He was not a ghost. God had raised him from the dead, and that changes everything.